While everybody else is freaking out and trying to position and trying to friggin' guess and determine and predict what Warsh is going to say at Jackson Hole literally happened 30 minutes ago. And you see what happened, the market's reactions and stuff. I'm sitting here on my couch out here in the sun, smoking cigars, drinking espresso, not even paying attention to the friggin' Kevin Warsh address, right? Why? Drew, why aren't you paying? Why don't you watch the friggin' news, Drew? Why don't you watch the news? I'm going to show you here in a second why I don't watch the news, okay? It's because the news doesn't matter, dude. The news doesn't matter. Everybody that knows what's going to happen, they've already friggin' positioned, man. And I know exactly where things are going to go before they go there. And I have a cheat code in the market, and I use it. And I sit here on my couch. I got a hookah coming. I'm going to be smoking hookah right there next time Kevin Warsh is friggin' announcing at Jackson Hole. I don't care, bro, because I know where price is likely to go. Either way, it doesn't matter. And actually, you can catch both sides with this. I'm going to give you the cheat code here in a second. I'm going to show you. Gold got smacked down. Silver on the verge of a breakout right now, literally, right? I'm going to show you why gold, silver, S&P, NASDAQ got smacked down, and they're probably going to recover. Gold's already recovering. Silver's already recovered, right? And this is why, because it's just volatility. It's just liquidity grabbing, dude. It's just the institutions doing institutional stuff and positioning and jockeying and getting their position filled, right? They don't care. They're not stop hunting you either. Get that out of your head if you think that that's a thing. It's not. Trust and believe. People that are worth hundreds of billions, trillions of dollars, they are not paying attention to you and your $5,000 account, your friggin' $100,000 prop firm account, or even your $2 million retail 401k portfolio, whatever it is. They're not paying attention to it, dude. You don't have enough money for them to care. None of us do. And it's because they own trillions, dude. It's not because you're broke. It's because they own trillions, okay? So in any case, silver's breaking out. Bitcoin top is basically marked at this point. I'm going to show you exactly why here in just a second. Public service announcement to everybody. You know what time it is. Get your requests in. Get your requests in. What do you want to see? What do you want to see me do TA on? How are you going to test me today? Is anybody ever going to be able to trip me up? Is anybody ever going to give me an asset that I can't do TA on, that my indicators don't work on, the alpha intelligence doesn't work on? The answer is no, but please keep trying because I appreciate you for doing it. Let's talk about gold first. Let's talk about Bitcoin first, baby. I'm going to show you why Bitcoin, the top is marked, man. The top is marked, and we called it in advance. We always do, man. Soul. We'll do soul. Okay, let me get in here. Let me get in there like swimwear, baby. Whoops. I always press the wrong friggin' seams, man. Okay, here's why the top is marked on Bitcoin. This is a very good lesson for people, okay? You see price peaks rising here, right? We actually caught this trade right here, by the way, and it came for the lows perfectly, okay? And then you got a nice little, this is how easy it is, okay? It literally just gives you a triangle and tells you what way to trade. It literally gives you a triangle, tells you what way to trade. It literally gives you a triangle and tells you what way to trade, okay? There's only one other confirmation. One other confirmation that you need, and it's not. This is with Alpha Intelligence Alpha Structure Suite. That's the only thing you need to do. This strategy is very simple with the triangles. And then that's obviously, it's a paid indicator suite. I get it. You can try it for $7 for 7 days though. It's $6.99 for 7 days. Just try it out. See what's up. Then it renews at $59 a month. It's not that much, okay? And you don't just get one indicator. You get 4 indicators to see a full institutional footprint. Here's the second confirmation that you have to have. Price is rising, that's fine. Price is rising, that's fine. Here's what I also want to see. I need to see that price rising coupled with a divergence in the opposite direction. So for highs, I need to see highs going up on price and the highs on RSI right here, right here, right here, as you can see going down. That is what is called a bearish divergence. Now, what is that going to tell you? Well, first off, it's going to give you your trade, right? So here's your first trade. How do you know where to target? It's very simple. Here's your first trade, right? Boom. Okay. How do you know where to target? you just target the lows. And look where it went. Boom, straight to the lows. Got a swing failure pattern at the lows with what I would call a very weak divergence, right? There's not even a real divergence here, okay? Because price is going down and so is RSI. So this isn't really like a super take profit. It's not telling you to go long here, is my point. What it's telling you is close out of your trade because you've now hit the lows, which is your full take profit. Now, price is still trending up. You get the other triangle pointing down, right? You get your second confirmation, right? Boom, boom, boom. We get it. 1, 2, 3. Peaks going down. 1, 2, 3. Peaks going up on RSI. You short, where is your immediate first take profit target? At the lows, right there. And it shows you that. This is on the 4-hour chart. It shows you where those lows are. It doesn't just tell you like, oh, hey, enter short here. It's also telling you like, where am I targeting? This pink, this is how it works. This is pretty insane, actually. When you get your 2 confirmations, this is all you do. You have a pink triangle. All you're doing is targeting the pink line. That's it. You get the blue triangle. All you're doing is targeting the blue line or the blue label up here. That's it. It's literally that simple, dude. That's all it's telling you to do. Pink goes to pink. Blue goes to blue. Again, you have to have the divergence. I cannot stress that enough. When the triangles come in, you have to have the divergence. There's only one scenario where you don't have to have the divergence, okay? And that's if that triangle comes in inside of a box. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. Hold on. Say this triangle right here actually came in right here, okay? You can take that trade without having the divergence. But if you're just getting the triangle, you have to have the divergence to take the trade, okay? Now, you don't have to have the divergence to take profits. This is your take profit target regardless, right? This is your take profit target regardless. Well, actually, it would be right here, right? And then on this short, this right here is your take profit target regardless. But you're not entering opposite unless you get the divergence. And in this case, you got it. In this case, you got it, right? That is what is probably marking the top on Bitcoin to bring us down here to about 74 thou wow, baby. 74 thou wow. Jackson Hole has absolutely nothing to do with it. You guys saw how I opened the stream, right? You guys know how I opened the stream. I'm chilling, dude. I'm chilling. I was sitting back here. I was filming TA videos for the Nordic Alpha people. I was smoking my cigar. I was just letting the indicators indicate. Let the indicators do what the indicators do. Just chilling, you know? And the reason is because we're going to show you this right now. Sorry for the theatrics, right? Look, we know where the resistances are, man. We know where the supports are. We know where the reversal points are because they get pointed out on our chart like that, 24/7, 365, automatically. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to lift a finger. I didn't draw a single line on my chart. I didn't look for anything. All I do is just wait for those boxes to pop up. I wait for the triangles to pop up. And then the only thing I do is if those triangles pop up, I check and see if we got a divergence. That's it. That's literally it, dude. And then I find out where's my profit target going to be. Yeah, dude, 100%, bro. Let's do it. Let's show it. I'm down for that. Okay, what was it that you wanted? You said, can you show that with the RSI chart, the divergence, the triangle outside of the order block? Yeah, absolutely, dude. Let's show it again. Okay, so this is essentially what marked the top on Bitcoin, okay? I think we're all going to be able to see it very, very closely if I just zoom in, okay? So this is what is called a swing failure pattern. It's just a reversal pattern. You don't have to know what it means. You don't have to know what it is, although I would suggest knowing what it is. The indicators are just going to tell you that this is a thing, right? So whenever we're looking for the RSI divergence, all we're looking for, I'm going to show you what both are, okay? A bearish divergence means your highs are getting higher, okay? And the triangle is what actually marks a swing failure pattern, okay? When your highs are getting higher and your peaks and your highs on RSI are going lower, that is what is called a bearish divergence pointing to downside, okay? Now, whenever you're, let's see, we can find one actually. Okay, right here. Now, let's zoom in right here, and I'll show you what a bullish divergence looks like. Bullish divergence means your lows are getting lower on price, but your lows on RSI are going higher, okay? So you see how the lows on RSI are getting higher right here? Boom, boom, boom. And then the lows on price are getting lower. That is what marked the bottom on Bitcoin, okay? So what does that mean for Bitcoin over here? That means it's probably going to be marking the top on Bitcoin, at least a short-term top, until we hit $74,000, okay? So if we sell off here, there's two places that we're likely to go. And I need people to understand this, okay? Yes, bro. Light bulb moment, baby. Light bulb moment. That's what I love to hear. My brother from another mother, brother Ortho, Kanye in the building. And here we got to give you the media asset.
You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. I'm asking you ain't been doing the education. Bro, you ain't been doing the education.
Brother Ortho now has the answers. Light bulb, bing, goes off. Okay. The one thing that you need to understand, especially if you're using the alpha intelligence indicators, okay? And again, you get trained on all this. The second that you subscribe to these, all of my strategies that show you exactly how to do all of this, they're all inside your customer dashboard. All you got to do is watch them. And then you have like 5, 6, 7, 8 strategies that you can base using these indicators that are really good strategies. Like, go ask anybody, ask people in the comments section. Out of all the people, there's like 60 people here. We got 5 dozen people here, okay? Who uses the strategies from the Alpha Intelligence dashboard, customer dashboard? And how are they working out for you? Do they work out well? Here's the thing about the divergences, man. This is what you have to understand. When you get the divergence, all you're doing is targeting the opposing low, okay? And when you get the divergence on the bottom, you're just targeting the opposing high. And as you can see, that's almost always how it plays out. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to play out like that every time, but look at this divergence, right? This right here, if you shorted, your target was this low, okay? Did you hit it? Yup. Then you got this divergence. Your target was this high. And I'm going to delete all this stuff off of here just really quick so we can show you. If you took this trade, your target was the high, right? Did you hit it? Yup. Now you're getting the opposing divergence. Guess where your first target is? The low, okay? The low right here. And it's literally labeled in pink and blue. So when you have a blue triangle, you're targeting the opposing blue line, 81.93. And when you have a pink triangle, you're just targeting the opposing pink line down here. It's that simple, dude. Guys, it's literally that simple. And you see how it plays out. Boom, targeted the line, hit it. Blue, boom, targeted the blue one up here, hit it. Pink, boom. And now we're dropping down to here. Here's another thing that you can do. When you enter this trade, if you enter this trade, you don't have to have your stop loss up here anymore. Guess what? Now you can have your stop loss here. Why? Because we know that the order blocks are there as resistance. So if you break through this, you're probably going to come up here and either take these highs out or get another triangle at those highs, hopefully with the divergence, and then you can just re-enter the trade. This is how you stop from having losing trades, by just protecting your trade. It's literally that simple, guys. It's legitimately that simple. Now, if we can come down here to $74,000, how do I know that that's the spot? Because that's where our institutional support starts, right here. How do you know that that's institutional support? Because of order blocks. My order block suite by Alpha Intelligence shows me where the institutional supports are. And the reason why those institutional supports matter is because friggin' Jackson Hole doesn't matter, dude. Friggin' News doesn't matter. Price to earnings ratios don't matter. The institutional volume matters. Why? Because guess what? The institutions already know what's going to be said at Jackson Hole. The institutions already know and did the research on the PE ratios of your stocks. They know what the earnings are going to come in as. I predicted NVIDIA's earnings. I just dropped a video on it today showing you. I predicted the exact move. And I didn't freaking read their report. Why? Because the institutions already do that for me. So why am I going to go do it again? I'm just going to look at their positioning. So what does Order Blocks Suite do? It finds the institutional volume that has actually happened. Where did institutions buy and where did they sell? And then it shows you that on the chart, and all it does is it shows you these boxes. That's it. So what does this take into account? Mathematical calculations that show you this is where institutions bought. As you can see, massive price movement up, right? These are locked in orders. This is where they actually spent money and did business. These aren't pending orders, limit orders on the books that can be spoofed. These are orders that actually took place, money that actually changed hands and shares that changed hands, right? So whenever we come down to it, I know that that's where they position. They're likely to defend their old positions that they bought back here, right? And if there's a news release coming up and I know that they bought here, what's likely to happen? Well, if they come back down there, they're either going to buy it back up, or if that news comes out, they're probably just going to rip it to the upside because they positioned way more on the long side here than they did on the short side up here. See what I'm saying? So the institutions actually show you what the news is going to be before it actually happens. And ultimately, it doesn't matter because you're going to see it go both ways, right? Now, here's the thing. On Bitcoin, if we got to come down to 74, in my opinion. I want us to come down to 74. That's what's going to be a healthy retracement. Then we can move our way up to 84 to 85, and then it's $91,000 after that. Is that guaranteed to happen? No, it's not. You could just straight up come up here to $84,000 to $85,000, get that rejection, move down to 74, and then start pumping up to 80 to 81, 90 to $91,000. Yeah, dude, I love this guy. Dude, I love this guy. He gives out really good advice. Never trust a losing trader that wears chains, bruh. Never trust him, dude. Don't trust that guy. Bro, you're like my biggest fan. I love when you come in and say this stuff because the funniest part about it is that you can literally go and verify my trades live. And I even give the links to the call outs. And this guy's like, I'm Tom Dudge, 5198, and I don't trust Drew friggin' Wolferman, and you shouldn't either. And I'm the foremost expert on who you should trust and who you shouldn't. I love this guy. You do you, boo-boo. All right. In any case, let's get on to like some real stuff. Because like every single call that I make like happens, like it's kind of crazy. In any case, we come down here to 74. I would love to either break down this 84 to 85 level, then come down to 74. Ultimately, if I'm getting my perfect scenario, I want to come down here to 74 first, then break down 84 to 85, kind of catch a fade to 80, boom, and then bump up to about 90 to 91. Now, let me show you why I know what's going to happen and where we're going to target whenever these moves happen. We're going to talk about silver first, okay? Okay, so silver. Obviously, we know that these indicators called the bottom, right? We know these indicators called the bottom on not only Bitcoin, but also silver, okay? I'm going to show you where it did that. Right down, right? So watch this. Let's delete some of this stuff off of here. Do not trust this man. Do not trust this man. All right, so this is where the bottom was called and the order blocks came in to shift market structure. Guess what happened? Boom. You didn't catch the absolute bottom. You don't have to, okay? You just wait and you come back in and then it pushes up. Guess what? You retest the order blocks, boom, comes back up. Created another order block right here on the retrace. Bang, baby. Straight up, dude. Straight up after that. Then you create another order block here, retested it, boom. Created more order blocks here, retested them, boom. right? It's very simple. We called the bottom. Well, Alpha Intelligence called the bottom. Do not trust Drew Wolverman. Where's he at? Can you give me another comment, dude? Tom Dodge. Nice boy bun, man. Nice boy bun. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Bro, let me give you a better roast, okay? You should be talking about how I was literally the main character, one of the main characters in the new Jurassic Park movie because I look like a friggin' velociraptor, okay? Come with something better, Tom Dodge, bro. Good Lord, man. You gotta get more fucking creative, dude. You literally suck at roasting people. And I promise you, you see me in real life, bro, you ain't gonna be saying none of this, first and foremost. Second to that, you don't want me to get my oven preheated and start baking your ass in real life, buddy. Bring it, man. I would love to get you on the stream. We can get you on the stream and we can do a roast fest. We'll see whose jokes are funnier. Anyways, in any case, we knew that this is where we were, and again, we've said this probably, I don't know, I'd say for about the last week or so, probably the last week. That this was going to be our massive resistance zone from about 71.50 to 73.25, something like that. Look where we rejected from. Bang, dude. Double SFP. Okay, so first off, we got the triangle inside of the box with the opposing divergence, right? Look at how that played out. Here's the opposing divergence. Insane, dude. Insane. Bang. Bang, bang. How did we know that it's going to come here? Dude, because it's just the principles of the swing failure pattern moves. Whenever you swing fail the old highs and you get the pink triangle, what are you targeting? The friggin' pink line, man, and the opposing low. That's it. Look at how that works out. Look at how that played out. And then guess what happened? You got the swing failure inside of the order block, dude. Absolutely insane. Now, look at this. It's not the perfect bullish divergence, but that's why we have the criteria that we have. You do not have to have the divergence so long as the swing failure, the blue dot or the pink or the blue or pink triangle comes inside of the box, okay? If it comes inside of the box with the divergence, look at how easily that trade was. Look at how easy that trade was. You take the trade, you target the pink line and the order blocks below, and then bang. So if you're wondering, hey, what are these pink and blue circles? So those are what are called pending swing failure patterns, okay? Now, a swing failure pattern cannot be confirmed until the actual move happens and the candle closes, okay? So, for example, we're looking at pending swing failure patterns on the 1 hour chart. I'm going to show you what this means, okay? This was our old high. This was our old low, okay? Now, you can see what a swing failure pattern is it means you wicked under the low and then closed your candle back above it, or you wicked up above the high and closed your candle back below it, right? So what you're going to see here is that there are swing failure pattern at the high and swing failure pattern at the low, right? Now, what you have to take into account, 1 minute to the 4 hour chart is all in an uptrend, okay? It's all in an uptrend, all right? Now, when you got the swing failure pattern, it came right down into the box, gave you your long opportunity, you're dually profitable. Now, these will not turn into triangles until this 1 hour candle closes. Why? Because this could just rip right back down here and close under this, so then it wouldn't be a confirmed swing failure pattern. See what I'm saying? So that's why you have to wait until the actual candle prints and closes in order for you to be able to do that, which in this candle would be in 5 minutes, okay? So in any case, this is why you got this massive move down on the Jackson Hole candle, okay? Jackson Hole happened at 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, EDT, which was literally 55 minutes ago. And that's why you see this massive wide range candle, because it came down and like, look, this is why I say I don't watch the news. I don't have to watch the news, because once you got this divergence and the triangle inside of the box, right? I knew that we're coming down, and I had this, you know, I had this trade set up in advance, obviously, right? Where's it at? Actually, where's that? Hold on. Where's my short? It's not this one. Where's it at? I don't know. In any case, whatever. Bang, bang. Whenever I saw this, gosh, hold on one second. Whenever I saw this happen inside of the box with the opposing divergence right here, we know where we're coming. And if you know that Jackson Hole's coming, you know exactly why you're going to go down here, okay? It's going to be something with Jackson Hole. Doesn't mean that you need to watch the news. It just means you need to be aware of where is the resistance, i.e. right now, and where is the support if that resistance holds up, gives you the perfect trade, and then you get your perfect take profit within minutes, dude. Absolutely insane. Now you're able to potentially start going long on silver right here whenever it gets into this box or even up here, right? Now, what do we have to do on silver? Ultimately, we just need to stay up above $67. That's it. We've been saying that for a long time. Once we get up above 73.25, guess what? We are going into the 80s, okay? And I'm going to show you where. Once we get up above 73, call it just 73.40, 73.50, we're coming all the way up to $77, 78 bucks. Ultimately, you're coming to about 80 bucks, okay? This is not going to be huge resistance. This one's going to be decent resistance. You'll make a pit stop at about 76.50, and then you'll be coming to about $80 to $81. That's on silver, okay? Now, for anybody that happens to give a F, drop your stuff in the comments section. Anything that you want me to look at, any asset that you want me to look at and give you institutional level and institutional grade TA on, drop them in the comments section. We'll get to them here in just a second. Let's talk about gold. Okay, gold is very simple. Okay, gold is very simple. Why did gold bounce here? It just front ran this order block, which, you know, fine, whatever. It's, you know, it happens. But why did gold bounce here? Correlated markets, my friends. Correlated markets. Watch this. Gold can front run its level whenever silver hits its level first and then bounces, right? Or silver hits its level first and then, you know, recedes, right? Rejects. So when silver bounced here, gold was just right here. So silver bounced from the actual perfect support, and then gold caught the bid right after silver did because they're correlated markets, okay? Now, here's the one thing that you need to really, really pay attention for. You really want to uphold 45.64. I would love to see a push down into the 45.60 range. And then you got to come up and you got to take out these 1 hour highs. Why? That's at 46.97.70. If you take those out, guess what? Gold is in a 100% uptrend. Okay. Now, this is obviously where the top was called on gold, right? Which, you know, it is what it is. But it's telling you exactly where gold's going to be going, which is either here or here. 46 or 45.60 to 45.30. Those are your first two supports. Now, can you have a little bit of support at the 4 hour lows? Yes, you could, but you're more likely to have support from 44.15 up to about 44.80. All right. That's what it is on gold. Now, once you get up above 47.55, you're going to about $5K to $5,100. Okay. And we can zoom out and I can show you that. Check it out. Check it out, man. We come up, we break this. Look at where we're going. Bang. It's that simple. All you got to do is get the indicators on your chart. Do your thing. Okay? Do your thing. No big deal. Now, we talked about Bitcoin. We talked about silver. We talked about gold. Okay? Look at the S&P, man. Look at the S&P just pushing up. It's going straight to wherever we thought it was potentially going to go if we broke this level right here, 77.50. Now it's coming up to 77.80, straight to this it's about $16,000 worth of institutional resistance here. It's probably going to push through that. That's not huge resistance. I'm going to be honest with you, right? Bang. Look at that. This is what we've been saying, man. All you got to do is uphold 76.30 and you're probably going to start pushing up. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If you look at the NASDAQ, there's a lot of friggin' resistance here. This does not mean that the S&P is out of the woods. I'm just being real with you, okay? Excuse me. Look at this, though. Opposing divergence, right? Boom, boom. Lows getting lower. Lows getting higher on RSI. Boom. Pushed up. Where's it at? Blink up. Gave that out live in Nordic Alpha. Days, if not weeks in advance. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Where's my guy at? Where's my guy at? Where's old boy? That's a losing trader, bro. The losing trader that wears chains. He's giving all this stuff out inside of his private community and people are winning and he gives it out. That's crazy. Yeah. Well, that's a losing trade right there, bro. That's a losing trade. Dude, I love this guy. I'm going to roast you every time you show up, bro. So I hope you're ready for that. Every time you comment, I'm going to roast you every single time, dude. I'm not from where you're from. We'll put it like that. I'm not from where you're from, and I'm not from where you think I'm from. So trust and believe. I've met people that have wits much more than yours and can roast people to a degree that you probably can't fathom, my friend. And I had to live with those people. I'm good at this. All right. So in any case, S&P, man, we're looking for this resistance right here, 77.80. You're going to be my favorite punching bag, bro, by the way, because I don't know if you know anything about me, but I box. I love hitting heavy bags. I also love sparring, but you're going to be my favorite punching bag from now on. Cool. So in any case, not a lot of resistance here on the NASDAQ, dude. You're coming to 30,000. The NASDAQ is going to 30,000. And look what happened, man. You got your pending SFP here. Bang, right? You didn't really get much of a divergence here. It's like a weak divergence, right? Because it's just flat RSI. I get that. But damn, dude, you broke down the resistance that we were talking about, which was like 29, I think it was like 29,750. And now you're above it. Dude, I think the NASDAQ's coming to about 30,000 out here, guys. To be honest with you, you're breaking the 1 hour highs. You're keeping the uptrend intact from the 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute perspective. So long as you close the 4 hour candle here, you're switching the 4 hour to an uptrend. I mean, all signs point to this all being in an uptrend and then the NASDAQ coming to about $30,000 before it gets an ultimate and probably eventual rejection. Why? Because there's 306,000 in contract volume up there. If you have any idea how much volume that is on a futures contract from a market's perspective, dude, that's insane volume up here. So you're probably going to get the rejection there. Now, we did uphold the area that we were talking about. We've been talking about this for quite a while, and it's not gone back to retest it. Okay, it has not gone back to retest it, which was right here. Okay, it was right here. This was your area that you needed to uphold. Hold on, let this zoom out. Let this kind of load, do its thing. Let me light my cigar while it loads. So if you don't uphold those 12-hour, 4-hour lows right down there at 28,950, dude, it's about to get freaking nasty. It's about to get super nasty, probably down to about 27,000, okay? That's like about 27.2 to 27.4, okay? Let's start ripping through people's suggestions, okay? If you have an asset that you want me to look at, drop it in the comments section. We'll try to rip through as many as we can. Solana, you want Solana? Let's do it. Okay, let's get this up on the screen. Solana, okay. Woo, look at that. Look at that rejection. Again, not saying, but I'm saying, right? Top marked by the alpha intelligence indicators yet again. Bearish divergence, arrow pointing down, opposing divergence, bang, bang, bang. And guess where you come? Whenever you see that pink triangle and you get the bearish divergence, what are you targeting? The pink line, the lows. And guess what that pink line lines up with? The order blocks. It's perfect. Okay. Now, you've obviously rejected from this order block right here. So you need to continue rejecting from that. And if you get right around here, that's your full take profit, baby. That's a full take profit for you. Yeah. I would just be trailing my stop now. If I'm in this trade, I'm trailing my stop off the top of this set of order blocks. Okay. Now, obviously, you can kind of see how well Alpha Intelligence calls this out, right? You made order blocks right here. Boom, you revisited them, pushed. You made order blocks right there. You shifted the market structure to an uptrend at that point. Guess what you did? Came right back to the fair value gap of those order blocks, pushed up, right? Dude, look at this, man. I can't make this stuff up. Mark the top, double SFPs, boom, blasted down. Okay, that's just what it is. And guess where your lows were? Right here. Guess where you hit? Isn't that crazy? That's all I'm saying, man. So yeah, in any case, came right there, pushed up, got the bearish divergence. In my opinion, you got to get back above 110.68, man. You got to, or 110.65. You're going to have to push through these order blocks though. It's not a huge amount of volume there, but ultimately this is where your real support is. So my guess is if Bitcoin comes down to $74,000, you're probably coming down here to about 99.50 to about 102 somewhere. Okay. If Bitcoin drops to 74K. Okay. This is where you can start thinking about entering to potentially catch your bounce, right? But what you got to watch out for is if you break this, everything is going to be in a downtrend. If you break this 1 hour low right here at 103, all of this is going to now be in a downtrend. So you're going to need that reversal signal like the SFP and the opposing bullish divergence. Okay. Use the indicators for it, man. Yeah, dude, that was a nuts drop on silver. That thing was wild. But as you can see, it went exactly where we know that it's supposed to go. It comes up into resistance, it rejects, it goes immediately into the support that was already laid out days, weeks in advance, or days in advance, right? It bounces from it. Perfect entry, dude. Perfect entry. You got your perfect entry, you got your perfect exit. You can re-enter now to the long side. Absolutely insane, dude. Absolutely insane. All just because you have the Alpha Intelligence indicators. That's it. App loving. App loving. Let's do app loving. Let me cut back on the screen real quick. Public service announcement. We still have 21 minutes left. I guarantee you I can bang through 10 to 12 assets in 21 minutes. Drop them in the comments section. Test me out, man. Test me out. Okay, app loving. It's just app, A-P-P. There it is. There it is. Oh, man, look, this came right into the fair value gap. I can already tell. Immediate rejection. Watch. Just watch. This is how you know I invented the indicators, man, because I literally can pick this out without the indicators popping up, dude. Look at this. It mitigated over 50% of this fair value gap. Watch this. Watch this. Let's go to the historical levels. Nice gap, dude. Nice gap. Came right into it, and now it's rejecting. Dude, look at the bottom. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the white vans, man. Let's get this off of the chart, actually. Check this shit. Triangles into the box. Straight in. Boom. Straight up to the gap down. Let's see if this is correct. Ooh, look at that. That's our perfect bread and butter setup that you get trained on the second you subscribe to the Alpha Intelligence indicators. Bro, you don't have much resistance here. I'm going to be honest with you. You clear this gap, that's all it comes down to. $341. You clear that gap, you're coming up to about call it 385. Okay? It's that simple. Whoops. It's that simple. Coming up to about 385 if you clear this gap. Now, boom, right there. Now, what you have is some pretty decent support here, but your RSI is super overheated here. I'm gonna say you're probably gonna pull back here. Where do you want to uphold? I'll show you. Well, it's the same place. It's the same place. 298. You want to stay up above 298, which is the 1 hour market structure low, the 4 hour low, right? The 30 minute low, the daily low, and even the 12 hour low. All of them are at the same exact place. So ultimately, what do you want to do? I mean, you want to come down to 306 to about 300, and you want to catch your bounce. Ultimately, just upholding this. Okay, you're probably going to come back down here. I'm going to be honest with you. You're probably going to come either here or you're going to come right here, and that's where you're going to catch your bounce. Okay. Can you show? By the way, thanks for your help with the subscription. 100%, man. Always, bro. Like, I mean, all you got to do is hit me up. You can open up a ticket in the Discord, or you can hit the info@getalphaindicators.com email. And yeah, I'll get you sorted, man. I know you were having issues trying to get it back up and running because you're whatever you're we won't talk about it. I'm not going to air anybody out. I'm going to subscribe. Respect, mate. Thanks, Calvin. Thanks, Cal. Appreciate you, man. Big ups, bro. Big ups, bro. From England, UK. Big brother. Actually, that sounded more Jamaican. If we sell off BTC, how low could hype go? Let's do it. By the way, if anybody watched me on Discover Crypto, if anybody watched this, what chart were we on? Binance. If anybody watched me on Discover Crypto, they know that I literally called the top and exactly where we were going to reject from on Hyperliquid, and it happened, and then it bounced from exactly where I said it was going to bounce from, and then guess what? It rejected from it again, and then it rejected from it again, and now it's rejecting from it again. And if we can push through this, you know where we're going, okay? So let's talk about it. Dude, this thing is absolutely insane. First and foremost, called the bottom. I mean, all Alpha Intelligence does is literally lose. As you can see, they're the worst indicators in the world. They definitely don't call the bottoms. They definitely don't call the tops on every single asset known to mankind consistently. It just doesn't happen. You know, this was not the bottom being called. Definitely wasn't the bottom being called. This definitely did not tell you exactly where you were going to reject from. It didn't do that. It did not do that. I don't get it. Like, you know, like that's not the, this did not tell you to go long here. I mean, these triangles pointing up, that's not telling you to go long. That's telling you to go watch TV. Like these are TV triangles. It's telling you, hey man, just chill out, go watch TV. It's definitely not pointing in the direction that it wants you to trade. Yeah. So anyways, in any case, got the nice bottom signal here, pushed up. As you can see, if we go to the 4 hour chart, it'll make it even more abundantly clear. Okay, we drew my deviation zones. And if you want to learn these deviation zones, I teach them on my office hours calls. They're paid calls. You can check them out in the description of the Drew Wolfer YouTube channel. And as you can see, it came right up, rejected, boom, blasted up straight into my deviation zones, okay? Straight into the deviation zone. What happened once you got into the deviation zone? You guessed it, the triangle inside of the box. Watch this. Bearish divergence, baby. Bearish divergence. Boom. Bearish divergence. Bearish divergence. Bang, bang, right? Then it rejected, came right back to where the support was from the old all-time high, right back now, and then it bounced. And then it came up and rejected from this multiple times. And if Bitcoin goes to 74K, what is likely to happen is you will then be losing $80. If you lose 77, you're probably going to come down here to about $68. You probably could front run it at these lows right here at 71 bucks. My guess is you'll probably catch a nice fade to about 70 bucks. Your first stop being 77. Okay. Now, if we are to break out, right, where are we going? Deviation zone 2. It's right here. $93.33 to $97.50. It's that simple. That's it. That's Hyperliquid. BTC is the bottom in. I mean, I think that the long-term bottom is in for sure. All the people that are saying like we're going to 48 and 51K, there's nothing on the chart that says that, dude. And I don't like, I'm not just going to like say stuff just to say it so that I can get clicks on my video. I'm going to give you the real deal, Holyfield. Like if there's one thing I'm not, it's fake. And you know, my channel doesn't get as many views because I literally don't hype people up. I give you the real deal. I literally lost like, what did we lose on that one stream the other day? I lost like 15 people in like 2 minutes. Because I started shitting on the head and shoulders pattern and telling people how fucking stupid that is. And then proving the head and shoulders pattern wrong. And every like 15 people dropped off. They were like, fuck this guy, dude. It was funny. Trying to do the education. I'm watching this video 10 more times, dude. I appreciate you, man. You're starting to get it. That's great. I don't have the indicator yet. Waiting until I get some days off before I purchase. Just been using the options chain for bounces. Are order blocks the same as what's on the options chain? No. Order blocks are literally what has actually happened. It's not the live order book. First off, you can't do that inside of TradingView because it's Pine Script indicators. Anybody that tells you that they have order flow in TradingView is absolutely lying to you. But think of it like this. The live tape is like an auction, okay? Or it's like a, the live order book is like an auction, okay? I'm saying, hey, if price comes here, I'm willing to buy these shares, right? But when price gets there, I don't actually have to buy it, right? I can just pull it off and just not buy anything, right? That's called order spoofing, right? What order blocks is it tells you actually where they bought, where that money transacted. That's guaranteed money that transacted there. That's what the order blocks are. Give Brother Ortho free 7 days. Nice boy bun. I love this guy. Only a failed trader live streams from a kitchen. Bro, I think this guy has a mental problem. Are you okay, Tom Dodge? I don't think Tom's okay. Guys, I think we should send somebody to check on Tom. The kitchen joke. XRP, let's do XRP. Tom Dodge, truly, I'm concerned for you, bro. I hope that you're doing okay. I really do. Like, as much as I'm making fun of you, bro, I truly do hope like your mental health is all good, bro. Yeah, it's not something to joke around about. So that's me being serious to you. And I'm going to be real with you, Tom Dodge. No traders have offices. I know like 100 pro traders and literally none of them have an office. They all do it at their house. You are absolutely crazy. What do you think this is? Fucking Wall Street, bro? Get the fuck out of here. All right, XRP. Dude, bouncing from support right now, dude. This is my Wall Street analysis from my kitchen. Let's say $1.37, $1.3750. You got to stay above this. But honestly, you're going to run into resistance right here, okay? Are we on the 4-hour chart? I want to be on the 1 hour. I need to see some granularity here. Yeah, dude. Okay, so here's what's most likely to happen. You're probably going to come down here and test 137.50, right? And then if you lose that, you're most likely going to be coming right down here to 134 to 131, okay? Now, there's a pretty decent amount of resistance above you right here. 2.5 million XRP traded here. That's only about like $3.5 million worth of institutional volume to the downside. But look at this one. 29 million traded here. So that's like, you're looking at almost $50 million worth of short-sided volume here. The institutions are positioned very, very short here. Okay. So if you're looking for any like actionability, I mean, you just got it, unfortunately, about an hour ago. That would have been your long opportunity. And this is your short opportunity right up here, right? Stop loss outside of the order blocks, obviously, boom, targeting either the order block down or the lows, right? But I mean, once you lose this level, well, oh my gosh. Give me 1 second. I got to let it load again. 1 hour phantom low at $1.34. Once you lose that level, like it gets pretty nasty until about $1.26. And if you lose $1.26, dude, you're coming down to 116. So you really need to uphold this level right here, 137.50. It's doing it right now. You've got a small support right here, but you're probably going to get a rejection at 148, just being real with you. Fusionist ACE projection, please. ACE. I don't know what that is. Fusionist. Okay, got it. It's a crypto. Bro, are you kidding me, dude? I can't do anything with this, dog. There's nothing here. This chart's been alive for like 8 hours. What do you, yeah, dude, I can't do anything with this. There has to be volume for me to do TA. I don't know, maybe crypto.com is better. Okay, cool. Okay. I was going to say, dude, if that's the chart, dude, we're all cooked. We're all cooked. Luckily, I'm in my kitchen, so I can cook. Oh, look how good this fucking thing works. Oh, my God. Created the order blocks there. Came right into it. Bounced. Created another order block there. Came right into it. Bounced. Then bounced from it 2 more times. Absolutely insane. Came into those order blocks. Bounced. Absolutely insane, dude. Created the short-sided order block here. Came into it, rejection, right? Called the bottom here, right? Boom. Called the bottom here, boom. Just absolutely insane. Yeah, these things work on everything, bro. I don't even know why I'm surprised anymore. 18 cents. 18 cents. You got to uphold 18 cents. 18-ish. Yeah, like 1806, right? You're probably coming down here, though. I'm going to be honest with you. You're probably coming down to about 18.8 to 1806. Is that what this is? Yeah, 18. Yeah, right here. This is your support. Now, you break down this, which is a very, very tiny resistance. Like, there's, like, basically nothing here, dude. There's, like, essentially nothing here. You're probably pushing up to about 25 cents. There's massive upside on this, so long as you can just uphold this range right here. Call it 19.5 to 18 cents. I mean, that's a big range. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be trading this on 100x leverage. FRMI, and I already did app. Which one do you want, dude? NASDAQ or crypto? Do you want the NASDAQ or do you want the crypto one? We got 7 minutes left. Get your requests in now. Yeah, there's no support here, bro. You just broke it all down. You got support at $4 and $4.83 to $4.77. You've got resistance here. You really need to get up above 555, but even if you do, you're running into resistance from 574 to $6. So honestly, what's more likely to happen? Boom, downside, bounce, watch for the reversal. Obviously, get the indicators, watch for the reversal, bullish divergence, triangle into the box, reversal, bang, bang, targeting the highs or targeting the next order block that's above you, which as it sits right now would be this one. Okay. That's what I would be doing on FRMI. I assume that's the one that you wanted. I was thinking maybe short at 7,800, but it's making me a little nervous with the surge. So going to pass. Yeah, you're talking about the S&P. BTC bull chasers running like Ricky Bobby. Bro, thank you, bro. Thank you. Now we got the media asset, dude. Everybody's out here running around looking like friggin' Ricky Bobby, dude. If you don't know Ricky Bobby, you're about to find out.
Mr. Bobby, come on down here. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jewish God. Help me, Allah. Ah! Help me, Tom Cruise.
This is going downhill fast. I think it'd be a great time to go to commercial break myself.
Help me.
Dude, I love Ricky Bobby. One of the most legendary movies of all time. Yeah, dude, Bitcoin bull chasers are running around looking like friggin' Ricky Bobby right now, naked.
Mr. Bobby.
Help me, Jewish God. Help me, Allah. Help me, Tom Cruise. Right? Just absolutely hilarious. IQ. Let's do IQ. I'll pull that up really quick. I assume you mean IQIYI, which is on the NASDAQ. If you didn't, that's what you're getting. Because you got to, like, you got to realize, like, there's, like, multiple tickers of, like, all of these. So you really should probably tell me, like, what exchange it's on, stuff like that. Like, if you're looking for NASDAQ. Yeah, I mean, you've got resistance right here at $1. Your resistance starts at $1.05. And it ends at about $1.14. I mean, there's like very little volume on this chart. We're going to have to zoom out to like the 12-hour to find any real support because this thing is so wrecked, bro. Bro, like, there's no support here, bro. You got to watch for reversal signs, unfortunately. What I can do for you is I can give you where it's likely to reverse. It's going to be right here. Okay, so you're looking at support at about 82 cents. You're looking at support at about 64 cents. Okay, that's where it's likely to reverse. Now, where are you going to see resistance? Well, we got to zoom in, and we're going to go back to the 1-hour chart for that. Yeah, dude, I mean, even if you catch a bounce here, even if you get the swing failure patterns, right? The triangles with the opposing divergences down there. I mean, you're still gonna, you got a big push up, like you got a big push up, but this thing, I mean, this thing just does not have that much volume on it. I mean, look how terrible these hourly candles are. This is kind of just like a terrible stock to trade. I wouldn't trade it if I were you. There's like a million other opportunities out there, bro. Marvell probably did exactly what we said it was going to do, coming down and SFPing and then getting into whatever support, right? Yeah, look at that. SFP, baby. SFP. Nice blue triangle. Nice blue triangle. Damn, no divergence here, dude. This thing's got more downside, homie. This thing's got more downside. Yeah, if you don't uphold 210, bro, it's real bad. Like, you're probably coming down here to about 150. Yeah, you lose 210, dude. You're going to 150, my friend. Massive gap down, bad earnings. Again, what do we always say, right? Top called. Let's see if the top was called. It's every time, bro. It's every time without fail. The top is called. Period. Alpha Intelligence calls almost every single time the top and the bottom, and it tells you what's going to happen on earnings before earnings comes out. This literally told you that earnings was about to get wrecked and Marvell was about to get murdered, okay? You also had 735,000 in short volume that was accumulated up here. So you know that they're net short, the institutions are, right? You know that they're net short. And look at where the longs are. Where's the longs, bro? There aren't any. There's nothing, right? 200,000 in long volume here. That's it. This is weighing you down. This is telling you the institutions are shorting. Order blocks told you directionally, where did the institutions load up? Well, they loaded up on shorts, and then Alpha Structure just told you, hey, this is the top right before earnings, and then you see what happened at earnings, bang. Now, does that mean you're longing here? Nope, because you don't have the divergence, man. RSI is dying right now. My guess, you're probably going to get a push up into this resistance, 235-ish, 235 to about 228 to 235. Then you're going to get a rejection. You're going to come down here to about 210 to 212. And that's where you're going to have to start looking for your bounces. NVIDIA, NVIDIA did exactly what we said that it was going to do. I actually live streamed that on Ben Pool's channel. I still have it set up. I dropped a video on it today. NVIDIA did exactly what we said because obviously, like, dude, I mean, it's obvious. Like, these indicators, they don't work, bro. Like, it's obvious they don't work. You know what I mean? You should not buy these indicators. Like, seriously, because they clearly, as you can see, they don't work at all. Oh, man. Look at this. Institutional volume right here, right? You bounced straight from it, okay? You bounced straight from the institutional volume. How do I know that's institutional volume? Watch this. Dude, 28 million contracts bought here, brother. 28 million contracts bought here. Stock shares, whatever. Look at this. 28 500,000, call it. We'll just say it was at $200. $5.7 billion. You want to know how I called earnings? That's how. That's how. Because what was the institutional resistance? 9 million. This thing had 3x the volume of this, and then there was an order block right here. Just watch. Just watch. It's insane. Like I said, these indicators suck. They're literally the worst indicators in the world. You should not buy them because they clearly do not tell you exactly what is going to happen, right? Watch this. This is nuts. Bang, dude, straight to $27, which is where I said it was going to go. And you can go and watch that stream. I did it live on Ben Poole's channel before earnings came out. And then boom, it hit $27. Now it's pushed up above it. And guess what it's doing? Now it's in a nice trend upwards, and it's entering the fair value gaps to make its next move up. Now, ultimately, dude, you've got downside here to about 213, though. So you really want to uphold probably about 220. I'd say 221, almost exactly. And then you're pushing up right here. But you've got massive, massive resistance from 231 to 236. Once you get up above that, man, it gets real wild. Hold on. Let me get these off of the chart. We got to zoom out. Yeah, dude, like once you get up above that, it's all-time highs. Like you're past the all-time highs. 236. Yeah. I mean, that's your resistance, 236. You want to know where it's going to go after that if it breaks? $251 and then 270. Bank it. Clip it. Apple. We're doing Apple now. Quiet bull. Doing the Apple. Okay, yeah, I mean, again, like I said, these indicators, they just really don't work very well. Obviously, entered, boom, blasted, entered, boom, blasted, entered, boom, blasted, entered, boom, blasted, rejected here, gap down. Like I said, I mean, the indicators suck, dude. They definitely don't ever work. Boom. That was your entry right there. That was your entry. This is what I call a no-fly zone. I'm entering longs here. I'm entering shorts here. That's it. That's all you got, dude. That's literally it. We'll zoom out to the 1 hour or zoom into the 1 hour. See if there's anything else. My guess is you're probably going to push up here to about 331. Yep, right there. 332.30. So, I mean, you got a little bit of support right here at 315. You can catch the trend maybe, but ultimate support, 305 to 307. And then you've got ultimate resistance, 332 to 334.50. Those are your two levels, honestly. See how easy this is, though? Like with the indicators, it literally takes 5 seconds. Let's do Microsoft for no tellers. All right. No fly zone again, right? No fly zone. Your real support's going to be right here from 484 to 481. You've got a little bit of support. You don't want to break below 504. Your real support's 504 to 510. You've got massive resistance at 523, and that resistance lasts all the way up to 545, dude. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. If you break this down, you are probably coming to about 538, but you got to get up above 527, and then you're going to about 538. See how simple that is? Like, see how really, like, seriously, it's that easy. Created order blocks here, perfectly fine. Revisited them, blasted through it. Massive order block set here. Hit the fair value gap, boom, blasted up. It's literally this simple, guys. It's literally this simple. Same thing happened back here. Order blocks, blasted into them, boom. Trends, man. And again, I train you on how to do all this stuff as soon as you subscribe to the indicators, which you can try for $7. If you don't believe me, if you don't trust me, that's perfectly fine. Try them for $7 for a week. See if what I'm saying is right. You get trained on every single strategy that I have, like all the strategies, they're already in there, right? They're all on your customer dashboard immediately. You get immediate access to it for $7, and then you can try it out and see what happens, man. Apps we already did. We're going to look at oil, CL. Absolutely, we're looking at oil, dude. I was just actually looking at this chart earlier. It's looking like it's primed to come down here to about $82, maybe even $81.50, right? $81.50 to $82. That's where you're going to receive support. And again, like I said, guys, these indicators do not work. And let me show you. I got to share the screen. These indicators clearly do not work, okay? Like you get the triangle inside of the box. Of course, that's not telling you to go long. That's not telling you to go long. That's not telling you that the bottom's coming in. That's telling you, hey, man, go back here and sit on the couch. That's what it's telling you. They clearly don't work. So in any case, you got that here. Then guess what? You created more order blocks right here, right? And guess what you did? You tagged right into them, blasted, right? Then you created these order blocks. You had to wait a while to get it, right? Boom, nice top, boom, boom, touched it twice, and then guess where it went? Straight to that order block, bounced, and then look what happened. Dude, I cannot make this stuff up, guys. I literally can't make this stuff up. You're literally watching it live. Created that order block right there on the way down, rejected from it. It's that simple. So what do you need to do? I want to uphold $81.50 to $82 right here, right? This has pretty decent volume on it, 32,000 contracts. This one right here, pretty decent resistance, 42,000. You wonder why we rejected here. Well, that's exactly why. So ultimately, you got to get through 84.60, and you're probably going to be coming back up here to about $87.50. This is very low volume. You're going to break this down almost immediately. You're probably going to break this one down almost immediately. Look at the volume on this 1.7K. This is your actionable level right here. This is where you would have shorted. Obviously, this is where you can still continue to short. This is where you would be longing. And then if you lose this, bro, I mean, you're coming down to about $80, okay? So let's see, what else do we got? Only a failed trader makes baseless claims in the comments section. So now it's not just me that's on your ass, bro, Tom Dodge. Now it's also people in the comments section that are on your ass, dude. So have fun on this channel, bro. It's gonna be a hell of a ride for you. Today started the boycott of Walmart, August 28th through September 3rd. I don't know what that is. Again, guys, I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. I tried purchasing the indicators, but my bank flagged the transaction as suspicious and put a hold on your card. Damn, for $59, they flagged your card. That's crazy, bro. Or for $7, because you would have had to do the $7 transaction first. Yeah, call them up. Try again. Dude, I'm sorry that happened to you, man. I can't control what the banks do. All I can do is watch what the banks do, baby. That's why we want the indicators. Not to create a scanner. Need to create a scanner that finds the triangles in the order box. You're making me spoil stuff, man. You're making me do the spoiler alerts. Okay. The obvious and eventual next step of the indicators is turning them into strategy indicators that do exactly what you're talking about here, hazardous. Now, am I going to do that tomorrow? No. I need to get the indicators off of the ground where we have like thousands of subscribers and stuff, and then it'll make sense to do that. But dude, just trust me, like, I've already got it. It's already like kind of in the works. I haven't started on it yet, but there will be strategy indicators that basically do that for you. Unhinged trader that doesn't have control over emotions. Dangerous. Dangerous. Bro, honestly, you don't have emotions when you use these and when you use the methodology. I think you're mistaking energy and personality for emotion. If you notice, every time I come at you, I do it with energy because I think it's hilarious. Because you're a douchebag, bro. You are literally a douchebag. And again, I'm sorry, Tom, if you do have problems, I will stop making fun of you. Make that clear if you have issues. Because I don't want to like make fun of people that have like mental health problems. Seriously, I'm being serious, bro. I'm not like being facetious. KLAC. But if you're just a regular person, then fuck you. I'm going to make fun of you. All right. Woo, look at this one. All right, cool. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. There's nothing here, bro. There is nothing here. 155 to 152. If you lose this level right here, 176, you're coming to 169. You lose that, it's 155, bro. You've got pretty decent resistance right here up to 184. Dude, you got to get back up here. You got to start breaking down the 186. But, dude, I'm going to be honest with you. You have massive institutional resistance here at 194. And you have massive institutional resistance here at 206, okay? So, ultimately, where do I think you're probably coming? Probably going to be coming down to the 170 first. And then you kind of saw the 155. That's your next real, like, institutional level of support. Can I do Amazon? Yeah. Absolutely. We already did Marvel, by the way, winning 7 grams. Yeah, we already did that. MRVL. Amazon. Yeah, we can do Amazon. Check it out. Look at that big, massive gap up, dude. Massive gap up. You're literally coming back to it right now and bouncing from it. Like, it's very clear to see. Look at that. Nope, these order blocks don't work. They definitely don't work. Look at these. Look at this one all the way back over here. Where did price come to? Bang, dude, bang. And then it just gapped up. And then it created this massive set of order blocks. Dude, this thing has so much support here. I'm going to be honest with you. You push up. Let's see. How many shares are here? 2.28 million. That's a lot of volume, to be honest with you. Let's see what's here. 596, 1.2, 289, 7. I mean, your highest level of support's right here at 237. Second highest level's at 245. So long as you, I mean, dude, honestly, if you push through right here, about 269, you're probably coming up to about 277. And then after that, it's all the way up here to the highs right here, 287, 288, something like that. LMT. This will be the last one. Ooh, right into supply rejection, straight into demand. Absolutely insane. Nice bounces. Look at that. Would you just look at it? Would you look at it? You look at that. That's crazy, man. Triangle inside of the box, dude. Triangle inside of the box. Opposing divergence. Lows getting lower. RSI lows getting higher. Bang, bang. Yeah, man. I mean, that's basically calling the bottom. Like, I don't know what to say. You know, and then you came straight to the first order block, rejected, and then gapped through it. And then guess what? Massive gap up, though, on Lockheed Martin. Huge order block set. You came into it 3 times and pushed, called the top right here, right? Look at that. Just saying. Boom, right? Opposing divergence, easy money, right? Came back down into it, pushed to the top end, called the top. Opposing divergences. Very simple, very easy, cut and dry. The indicators print on every asset, every market, every time frame. Bang, this is your support. Again, resistance right here. Once you get through 572, you're probably coming up to about 610, which is a massive push. That's a massive push. But ultimately, you really want to stay up above 543 and maybe even 550. I would really like to stay up above 550. But you got to break this high first, which is at 569.68. That is what will get all of these into uptrends, and then the entire market picture from the 1 minute all the way up to the monthly chart will then be in an uptrend on Lockheed and Martin. Okay. This is how you can tell I really am streaming outside, and this isn't like a green screen background, because when the sun gets brighter, I have to turn my freaking lights up, dude, because it like blocks out my face. So in any case, let's talk about this last thing that you were asking. this isn't, I'm going to answer this question for you, but this is an impossible question to answer. For us general investing newbies, is there a range that we should use to determine what is or is not a high volume of orders relative to the underlying? Yes and no, okay? There is no perfect answer to this. Why? Because every single asset has different prices and every single asset has different trading volume. So for example, gold is the largest market in the entire world by market cap, has the highest trading volume, right? So if you're looking at gold and looking at a stock that's on the bottom, like 100 of the top 100 cryptos that has a significantly less amount of volume, what it's really going to come down to, bro, do the math, okay? So like you've seen me do it a million times. So for Lockheed and Martin, right? If I know that there was a million shares that traded at $550, then I times 550 by 100 million shares, or by a million shares. That's 500, that's $500 million in volume. On an asset like Lockheed and Martin, I think we can all agree that that's institutional volume, right? Anything that's in the hundreds of millions, even tens of millions on a big cap stock like that is going to be massive volume. So luckily, the indicators give you the ability to do that because it tells you exactly where those shares came in at, like where those shares traded and how many of those shares traded at that exact level. And it gives you the price points that those shares traded at. So yeah, I mean, you're going to have to do a little bit of legwork, right? You're just going to have to compare it. Like, so say for example, watch this. I'll show you, just do one really quick example. So this right here is 14,000 contracts. It says it right here in the label, 14,400 contracts. This one's 14,700. This one's 47,000 contracts. Okay, so this is 3 times as big as this and this, right? Look at this one, 180,000 contracts. What's that telling you? Well, 180,000 contracts down here is way higher level of support than the 46,000 contracts of resistance up here. See what I'm saying? So you kind of got to do like a little bit of legwork. So, I mean, we can do it. Like what's 46,000 times, say it was like what, $600? That's 27 million in institutional resistance that's right here, right? But down here, we know we have what, 170,000, 175,000 shares at 560 bucks. 100 million. That is massive support. See what I'm saying? How it's like different. So yeah, that's what I would do. If you think that this is helpful, seriously, there's 90 people on this stream across all platforms, across all YouTubes and Twitters. Man, I appreciate all of you so much. Seriously, like I wouldn't have a platform without you. You make this fun, and honestly, like sharing my, my methodology, my trading journey, my thoughts. It helps me too doing this with you guys because all it does is makes my skills even better. It's like sparring, in boxing. You spar with people, you get better. And that's essentially what this does for me too. So I appreciate you guys always giving me assets to look at and putting me to the test, man. So everybody have a good hashtag Friday Pie Day with your beautiful families. Everybody knows in the Wolfer household, Fridays are Friday Pie Day. We get pizza, we drink espresso, we smoke cigars, we chill out because we just had a massive trading week. If you don't believe me, get inside of Nordic Alpha where we absolutely smash it every single week. Dude, I'm not even going to say anything about it. If you want to get the indicators, you can try them for $7. Okay, try them for $7 for a week. If you hate them, unsubscribe. Never going to get charged again. But you're probably going to love them. You're going to be able to follow my analysis. You're going to be able to follow my trade ideas and setups. You're going to be able to understand and see the market in 4 or 5D from here on out once you get the Alpha Intelligence Indicator. So I encourage everybody to go and do that. And man, I appreciate you, dude. Winning 7 grams, you'll sub soon. Man, I appreciate you. Any support that you guys have, if you could throw me a like, that would be awesome. That's all I ask. You don't have to go get the indicators if you don't want to do it. Totally get it. If you want to sit on the sidelines and not look at the market in 4 or 5D, that's perfectly fine. I will continue doing it. So will the other dozens and hundreds of people that are doing it. And man, if you just want to watch the streams, that's perfectly fine with me. Just make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all on Monday for sure. If you want to see a really crazy video, go watch the video that I just dropped a couple of hours ago where I called the NVIDIA earnings, and I show the proof of me doing it live on Ben Pool's channel. See you all soon, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Peace.